What up? It's 92.9 WDUP. That was Mob Deep featuring Jada Kiss. And we got a special guest checking in, man. We got my man Marquette King. We had him on, you know what I mean, a little while ago, man. We got my man back, you know what I mean? Punter extraordinaire, NFL, XFL, and musician. He has a new record. I Can Kick a Ball, new project, KS 107. Marquette, what's going on, bro? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. Just living a lavish life out here in Scottsdale, Arizona. How's everything with you?
You got rubbing in poles, you know what I'm saying? You over there in the warm weather, break over there. Yeah, man, Marquette, man. So, yo, talk about the project, man, KS 107.
KS 107, you remember how it used to be on GTA back in the day when you used to ride around in the car and then you hit a radio station? Yep. I tried to make it very similar to that. So if you listen to it on YouTube or SoundCloud, it sounds very similar. Yeah. But I Can Kick a Ball is a record where, which is this major single for that album, basically talking about my career and how I got started and where it ended up at. So, and if you keep listening to the album, you hear another song where I'm questioning why I'm in the situation that I'm in with the NFL currently. So it's a cool album. You get to learn a couple of things about me.
Okay. So what does KS 107 mean? Like the meaning behind it?
So KS is Kick Squad. I made that up in college. But Kick Squad, and then one when I wore that jersey number with the Broncos, the Denver Broncos. I wore 0 with the XFL with the Honest Renegades and 7 with the Oakland Raiders. So I tried to keep it close, make it stand for something, you know?
Yeah, I hear that. I mean, I like how you're embracing like what you are, like, you know what I mean? You're a professional athlete, and because like some people because like sometimes like artists be like, all right, I want to separate the two, and it kind of seems like you're embracing both. Is that the case?
It was a process because I tried to run away from being seen as just because a lot of people put you in a box. So I don't want to just be seen as a punter. I want to be seen more as a musician and as other things instead of just one thing. And I mean, it worked out. I got a good PR team, and I got a really good manager that's helping me out with that. So, man, they tell me to embrace it and do it, and I'm like, as much as it was a struggle, it worked, and I'm embracing it even more now.
I mean, think about it, man. Like, yo, you got to the pros, man. Like, I mean, a small, minuscule amount of people can actually get there. So, you know what I mean? Like, for you to like kind of like, I want to stay away from that. You know what I mean? I think it was smart. Great advice for you to actually embrace that. I think it's dope. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that.
Talk about the record itself. I Can Kick a Ball. Like, I'm sure there's like a couple meanings to it, you know what I mean, beyond the actual title.
Yeah, I can kick a ball. I can kick a ball in the air really high. So I'm basically just talking about, so kicking a ball it was normal to me, kicking it real high, real far, watching it go that far. It was just so normal to me, but everybody else thought it was just extraordinary how high and how far it used to go, or it still goes. And I decided to I heard the beat. It had kind of an old school synth wave weekend vibe. And I was like, I was just in the studio, just like, I can kick a ball in the air really high. And I was playing around at first. And then once I laid it on the track, people were like, in the studio were like, that's actually really cool. I like this song. So kind of stuck with it. And then I was like, all right, let me put the blips of what happened in between, make it short, sweet, and to the point. So,
Any plans for a visual for it? Video?
100%. I got to figure it out. I got to converse with the NFL and see what they talking about. I got to figure it out because it's a couple of hoops you got to jump through to pull that NFL footage. And I think it'd be good if I put my footage from when I was at the Raiders and performing at a nice little stadium or something. So I'm figuring it out.
I mean, I maybe, I don't know the ins and outs of the NFL, but it's like, I can't post a picture of myself or a video of myself doing me.
Hey, look, welcome to the real world, the business world where you're just excited to sign that contract and get paid. And once you sign it, you get a chance to go back and read between the lines after the fact, and then you see that you don't own your own stuff. Like the NFL owns that stuff. So no matter how much you see, you still got to pay for yourself. So
that's crazy. Yeah. Licensing ain't no joke for real, man. So all right, the season's about to start up, man. You get back, you got a report next week, man. Talk about that. What your team
I'm excited,
like?
Man. Yeah. I mean, we looking good. We won the championship last year, and Bob Stewart's gonna do a good job. The Arlington Renegades. I mean, we set a footprint in the XFL. They joined with the USFL. Now it's the UFL, and we made a major footprint. So hopefully we can continue what we finished last year, and come back strong. I got a super cool special teams coach, Scott Spurrier. His dad's a legend in the game. So I know he's going to create damage, man. His dad's giving him the best advice he can give him. And he's so passionate about the game. So I'm just happy to be here, happy to have another opportunity. And prove my worth, so that I still got a lot left in the tank for the game.
And I think you smart too, yeah. Like whenever you gotta go on the field and actually punt, they gonna play your record. I can kick a ball. You know what I'm saying? With
Do you
loud
feel me?
You know what I'm saying?
Do you feel me?
Hey, you know what I'm
saying? No, that's tight. Yeah. That's a good feeling.
Yeah, that's dope. Word. You come on the field with your own music playing, man. I mean, come on, man. Don't get no better than that. So, I mean, last time we had you here, man, you had the record Sweet Tea, man. Talk about the reaction to that.
Sweet Tea getting a lot of love, man. Sweet Tea's getting a lot of love. And it's also showing me that it's different regions of the country where the song thrives, and different regions where other songs thrive more than others. So I definitely started understanding that when I looked at the statistics of where it pops more. So like Midwest region, Southern, around what Texas is, that's where it pops at the most. And some like I Can Kick a Ball, it pops even in London. I've been getting a lot of pops in Italy, more international. So it's different.
Yeah, man. Now the international money different, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Do you feel me, man?
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you just performed at the talk about the performance at the David Ortiz Celeb Golf Classic. Talk about that.
That was fun. That was super fun. I got a chance to meet a lot of good people. I got the chance to meet one of my favorite baseball players, Andrew Jones. You remember him from the Atlanta Braves?
Yup.
Center fielder? Yeah, dude was a legend. He was a legend in the game. But I got to meet David Ortiz, hang out with him for the whole weekend, open arms. And he's such a really cool guy. I remember when I heard the thing that happened to him when he got in the little incident happened to him in Dominican Republic, I think, or Peru, whichever one.
David Ortiz he got kidnapped? Like the cartel?
He got shot or something.
Oh, that's
and
great.
I'm like, man, when I was hanging around him, I'm like, who would want to hurt this guy? Because he's such a genuine guy. But that was a fun experience, man. Hanging out with him, getting a chance to be around other athletes that act similar to me playing golf. I was just blessed to be in that situation, man.
No, that's dope. That's dope. How many joints you perform? You perform like one record, or you was able to kind of run down a whole bunch of joints?
I performed I performed like 8 songs, and by the time I got to 6, by the time I got the song 6, I had to take my shirt off because it was a little hot. And thank God I was doing some push-ups 2 weeks before I showed up because I was on point.
Hey, that you know what I mean? So what's the response of your music with your teammates, former and current? You know what I'm saying? Like they rocking, they knocking in the locker rooms and all that.
Yeah, I mean, not yet, but also Charles Woodson used to be a safety for the Raiders, went to Michigan.
Yeah, remember
he's flexing the Michigan thing right now.
Yeah.
He brought me in to perform. So he has a Woodson whiskey line, and he's promoting it in Vegas heavy, and he's doing a really good job with it. And they invited me to come perform at this event.
That's dope. He can send some over here too. You know what I mean? Putting a good word. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But yeah, man, you was just out there for Super Bowl weekend, man. Talk about the experience out there and the Grammys. You know what I'm saying? Like talk about your past couple weekends, man.
The Grammy was fire. I got a chance to meet one of my favorite artists, Gorilla Zoe. I reached out to him on IG, and he's a legend in Atlanta. So I hit him up. I'm like, while I'm out here, I haven't even booked the flight. I want to make sure I at least get a chance to reach out and meet you. Closed mouths don't get fed, you feel me? So I'm like, you know what? I want to meet one of my favorite artists. So I sent a message. He responded back, meet me here. We'll be here. Go there. One of the coolest humans on earth, man. He's one of the coolest humans on earth. We were hanging there. We had like a nice little bottle of whiskey too there. He had a photo shoot. He invited me to go on a photo shoot videos, photos with him. That was cool. And then we ended up hitting up a couple of Grammy parties together. That was one of the times of my life. And just hanging around the Grammy parties and the other events, that was cool. Met a lot of other artists there. And when I went to Vegas, man, that was wild. It was wild. I was just around a bunch of football stuff. Doing a media road, interviews, talking about making my comeback to the NFL. So we're going to see. Shout out to my PR team again because they're helping me focus on changing my mindset with that. So it's going to happen.
Salute the team for real. Big up. So, I mean, what is it, though, that, like, kind of what's the barrier for you getting actually back in the league in the NFL? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I know you got the labels like a diva and all that. You flash you, whatever. That's what you see online. You know what I'm saying? But, like, make sure, I mean, you gotta rock it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta boot.
Yeah. I mean,
I gotta holler at my Giants, yo. My Giants can use a punter, you know what I'm saying? Get inside the 20, inside the 5, you know what I'm saying?
Do you feel me? Sniping them right there in the corner. But, I mean, I think the main thing is just my mindset. I just got to shift my mindset because I've always had a strong mental where if I manifest something, it can happen. And I want to make sure, I don't know, with something like this where I feel like I don't have a chance at times, I just gotta, once I feel that little piece of doubt creep in my head, I gotta overpower it with, yeah, I'm gonna make it. I can still do it. So I can tell I've definitely changed my mindset because I wasn't talking like this a couple of weeks ago. So I'm with it.
It's a new mindset. You said a couple of weeks ago. I thought like,
oh no,
brand new.
We ain't faking it. We ain't faking it now.
I feel that. I mean, yo, name a couple of teams you would like to go to if you had like, you know what I mean, pick of the litter.
I honestly, man, I feel like I'm a Raider, but at the same time, it's business. Yeah. But if I could go to the Raiders, that would be a dream come true. Dallas Cowboys, any team that's indoors, maybe.
I feel that. So you don't want to go to the Giants? All right, no doubt. I'm a Giant fan, by the way.
I wasn't able to tell that. It's a little chilly out there, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, you don't want to come out here.
Man, my punt's gonna be going like 20 yards.
Word, because like, yo, that's what I'm saying. The ball like kind of get like hard.
Ice.
Yeah. Oh man. So yeah, man. So yo, we here with Marquette King. You know what I'm saying? So yo, how about shows, man? We talk about your performance over at the David Ortiz thing, whatever. How about just shows on tour or tour running anything and any shows on the East Coast?
We're looking at setting it up right now. I got a couple of things I want to set up in Dallas when I go to Dallas for training camp next week. I want to be able to do shows at every home game, so I'm working on setting that up.
That's dope.
But I'm gonna talk to my manager and see if we can get like a little tour going. That'll be super cool if I can make that happen. So,
I hear that. And again, you got the new project KS 107, and it's inspired by GTA. Talk about the actual records. You talk about the inspiration, but talk about the records like sonically. And also, do you have any like collabs or anything on that?
No collabs on this one. Just collabs when it comes to the production and the writing. The different records are just different parts of my life, but like the way I try to make sure they flow together. Like I got Jeanette Thompson, she's the radio host throughout the whole thing. So there's somebody talking throughout the whole album. If you listen to it on Spotify, YouTube, and SoundCloud, but like on Spotify and Apple, it's just the songs. I'm gonna put the radio version up later, but I mean the songs are just different scenarios in my life, and some are kind of. I got a little bit of help from some of the other artists I work with too, like Professional Regular Guy. But I think people will like it. I really want people to go listen to it on the YouTube or SoundCloud though, because just hit play and let it run, and it's like you just listening to a radio station. It's tight.
No, it's ill, man. So your label situation, like you just pointed it out there with yourself, or you got like a label situation, or you independent?
I'm independent. I feel like I work really hard. I earned enough when I was playing. I'm able to put myself in a position to get my music out. I've also got hit up by a couple of labels, and I'm definitely interested to see what they're talking about, as long as everything sounds good, And so I got some people to look out for me to check out anything that they send my way. But I got hit up by more record labels than NFL teams when I came out of AFL. So I'm doing something right.
Yeah, for sure. So, yo, I kind of like when I interview people such as yourself, man, I like to live vicariously through you. You know what I'm saying? So, like, yo, what was the craziest thing you've seen as a pro? You know what I mean? I ain't got to be in the locker room. I'm talking about just like, you know what I mean, with the groupies or, you know what I'm saying? If there's anything wild, you know what I mean, you being a pro.
I'll say the craziest thing I've ever seen was Drake's house in Calabasas. I went to his crib there. When I first went in, so my boy Brad Wayne invited me over, and it was me, him, Odell, a couple of other people. We were all hanging out there. As you ride in, you see people riding on horses and stuff in the neighborhood.
Hold on. People just pulling up to the crib with horses.
Oh yeah, it was different.
That's different type of money. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, and then you go in the house, and the house was built like a ranch. I think he sold the house now, but it was built like a ranch, and he had a 20-foot pool with mermaid statues in it. So it was different. It was something different.
Damn.
Yeah. Saw the studio that he was working in and everything, basketball court on the top of the hill as you keep going around the whole thing. It was a huge property, so that was a really cool experience.
So, yo, I mentioned groupies again. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, What bring more groupies? The NFL music. You know what I'm saying? Where that?
I think
you don't name names. I ain't trying to jam you up, brother. You know what I'm saying?
No. I would think that, man, from what I've seen so far with football, you'll see them in like hotels when you pull up to the hotels and whatnot. But it's something about music that where you connect with people emotionally, and I feel like it'll be a whole different story when it comes to that topic with music, because you tap in with people's feelings and emotions with music. Football, I mean, you get forgotten about pretty quickly. I think a lot of people can, for sure.
Okay. So talk about getting back to the album. Talk about like your creative process, writing, and sonically putting everything together. Talk about your creative process, putting together a project.
So I remember earlier last year, I had a guy talking to me about dropping singles. And they're basically telling me it's what everybody else is doing. That's the thing to do. And I've never been the type of person to do what everybody else does. So I just always focused on, I don't know, my whole life I've always done what I want to do and done it different and been successful with it. So I was like, you know what? Since they keep telling me to drop singles, I'm gonna create a whole album. I'm not dropping anything. I'm gonna create a whole album. So I'm working on the album, working on different songs. At first, I wanted to drop 10, but I decided to make 15 songs. That way, and I want to really focus on pushing the album out more. Like I've noticed that the more I push the album, the more attention I get from it, and the more people start to take me serious when I push it more, because they see that I'm pushing it and taking it serious. So, I mean, I just decided to make 15 tracks, and it took a little time. It definitely took a little time, but it was the most complete feeling I've ever felt in a long time. Like, I felt like I really accomplished something, because a lot of people aren't doing that. A lot of people just throwing rocks and closing their eyes at the same time. So, so.
Yeah, and sticking along with the the whole process, like you got like a team of production, or you just picking beats out of a hat, you know what I'm saying? Like, talk about that.
I got a production team. They're out in Russia, and they're really good. Shout out
you
to
say
Beats.
out Russia?
Yeah,
I just want to make sure I heard that. That's dope.
They different. They're really good at what they do.
How that happen? How that come together?
I reached out to them on social media on IG, and then they sent me a link to all their stuff, and then I just went through, and I'm like, all right, let me get this one, that one, that one, that one. It's like a kid in a candy store, and they're really good at producing, man. But I've made some really good records. A lot of my newer songs come from them. So, and you can tell by the style of their beats that it's coming from them. So
how do you feel like the evolution of your sounds, you know what I mean, from when you started to now? Like, talk about the evolution, that arc of your music, you know what I'm saying, from when you started to where you currently at.
That first song I made was trash, but you know what? But my heart still doesn't feel like it.
Yeah.
But I know if I put that song out now, people start looking at me way sideways. But I'm proud of the steps I've taken to get to where I'm at now. My earlier songs were mostly inspired by Calvin Harris, and I wanted to do the EDM thing pretty hard, and I was really adamant about trying to do EDM, and I still do it, but I feel like as I went along, I started finding my voice, finding the range that my voice can stay in.
Yeah.
And it's kind of hard to say my music influences now, because I feel like I just got my own sound. I feel like I know what works for me, so I don't try to mimic anybody else. But
hey man, we gotta get you over here, man. Like the casinos out here, Foxwoods and Mohegan. I hope some of the people listening, man, they have like EDM nights and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like they had Antonio Brown out here performing, like, you know what I'm saying? Then they got they had like all the big name like EDM. I don't know the names like that. You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, like it's an EDM crowd out here, man. You might have to look into that. Y'all TT, man. Really.
Y'all gonna have to get Marquette King out there next, man. I'll turn the whole casino up.
All right, man. Hopefully they listening. For so, outside of music and outside of football and everything, like, I know you. Last time I interviewed you, told about you had a jewelry line. You still got that going? Like, and do you have any other endeavors going on right now?
I still got that going on. I think I should be a little bit more consistent about posting it more, which I'm gonna do. I think once the XFL start up, and I got something on my plate from the morning until the afternoon, and I had the rest of the day to figure out other stuff to do to be productive, I think I'm a zone in more on like just promoting that jewelry line a little bit harder. I think I told you. Well, I don't know if I told you, but I'm a huge wine person. I'm thinking about getting into being a sommelier though. I might want to do that because I love wine that much. But also,
what's a sommelier though? No, you gotta say that again.
Sommelier.
That's the first time I ever heard that word in my life.
No, a sommelier. Sommelier, and then I said dough at the same time. I mixed both words.
Okay.
But that's that southern language right there. But just sip wine and be able to tell when and where it was made, where the grapes come from and stuff. That, and I'm thinking about looking at getting my captain license. I might want to be a captain and drive boats, yachts.
What?
Drive yachts. Yeah, maybe. We'll see how I feel. Every day's a new day.
They were. Wine and yachts. I mean, that don't sound too bad right there. And yeah. And you can send a case, you know what I mean? You can send a case over here too, like it man. I'll give you the address off air. But yo,
heck yeah.
Again, we over here with Marquette King, man. So yo, the record itself, man. We gonna get into it. I don't want to hold you up too much long, man. You over there in sunny Arizona. I'm over here in brick ass Connecticut. But yeah, man.
How cold is it out there?
Ain't that bad. It's like 40. But when I went to LA, I was out in LA for the Grammys. It felt like Connecticut. It was
you're right. It was so bad. It was so bad in LA.
We was out on Venice Beach, yo. I was like, yo, I couldn't like you can't. How can I put it? I don't know. It just like the wind was like hurricane level. Like it was crazy. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was definitely wild.
So yeah, I'm on Connecticut weather over in LA when I was out there. My bad. But yeah, man.
All them taxes they be paying out there in LA, they should have got paid, reimbursed for that whole weekend.
Oh, yo, them Cali taxes are crazy from what I hear.
I know.
I don't know how y'all about this. But yeah, yo, give everybody your info, you know what I'm saying, how to stay in tune with Marquette King.
Y'all can stay in tune, Marquette King, marquetteking.com.
Yeah.
And Marquette King on all music platforms, Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Tidal, all that. It's the same everywhere. Don't follow me on TikTok. I don't like TikTok.
Why not? What's wrong with that? I don't know.
I
don't like it either. I put a page up and I'm like, what am I doing? I'm like, I'm an old head officially now. I don't know what's going on.
Hey, that's the same feeling I got.
Word, yo. So, yo, we're going to get to his record. I kick a ball, Marquette King, 0929.